Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Niket Karunaratta.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
Clean Sri Lanka national program commences tomorrow. Preparations are on to celebrate the New Year 2025. The national television to telecast the ABBA musical show at 9:30 p.m. today. A program to prevent the scarcity of pharmaceuticals. Stocks of rice imported by the government are being cleared. The Mount Lavinia Grand Hotel celebrates its 220th anniversary. Warrants issued to South Korean president.
We now move on to those and other stories in detail. Today is the last day of the year 2024 and there's less than 3 hours remaining for the dawn of the new year 2025.
The people are preparing to celebrate the new year with a lot of expectations. Although we in Sri Lanka still have a few more hours, certain countries have already entered the new year 2025.
2025 New Year was first dawned on the Christmas Island, which belongs to the Republic of Kiribati, situated in the Central Pacific Ocean, which is not inhabited. According to foreign media, around 119,000 people who live in the rest 31 islands of Kiribati Republic have traditionally celebrated the New Year. Foreign media also reported the celebrations of the New Year by the people of New Zealand. A large number of various celebrations and fireworks had been organised in cities like capital Wellington, Auckland and Christchurch in the New Year. Australia also organised special fireworks and Carnival of Lights, along with a host of other celebrations in the New Year. It has been reported that people of Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria states have celebrated the New Year on a high note. According to latest reports, Tokyo in Japan has celebrated the New Year, giving prominence to religious observances with the participation of Japanese citizens.
Clean Sri Lanka program is to be launched tomorrow at the President's office. This launch will be broadcast over all government and private electronic media channels. The Public Administration Circular was released yesterday. Assuming officials' duties for the New Year 2025 will be conducted in line with the Clean Sri Lanka National Programme. This programme will be jointly functioned with the public and private sectors. The Clean Sri Lanka Presidential Task Force and the Presidential Secretariat have compiled this programme, providing examples, motivating, directing and confirming the necessity to strongly change are the initiatives to access this programme. A development programme should be implemented to enhance the economic, social, cultural, ethical and environmental aspects in the country. The governing team of the country, public servants and the citizens should work collectively with one aim and objective to develop a country. Accordingly, this program has been implemented at national level. In the journey of development, the entire citizens of the country should stand up as one nation, disregarding their racial, religious and caste differences. As a country, Sri Lanka has to create a social structure where religious or racial extremism has no place to crop up. In addition, the general public should have positive attitudes towards the public service. Accordingly, the public service should have to be reconstructed. The government has the responsibility of winning the public trust towards the public service at the juncture. The entire public service should be rejuvenated as a citizen-centered public service. The circular issued by the Secretary of the Ministry of Public Administration stated that all public servants should be accountable to achieve this objective. Accordingly, digitalization should be used as a tool to increase the efficiency, quality, accuracy and transparency of the public service. In addition, this program has to focus attention for numerous crises generally faced by the society. Many contagious diseases spread throughout the society due to substandard foods and improper food consuming habits. Another problem in the society is that the lack of quality in providing and maintaining common amenities. The public sector should focus attention to solve these issues. The circular stresses that Clean Sri Lanka program has been planned with the objective of making the country under a standardized system with the aim of having cultural, environmental and social change.
People pay much attention to entertainment in welcoming the new year.
Throughout the island, carnival festivity would be witnessed tonight. The national television has made all arrangements to present the people an entirely different entertainment experience which will be available for all Sri Lankans from 9:30 p.m. today.
New Year's Eve awaits. Tune in to Rupavahini at 9:30 p.m. on the 31st night for the world's best ABBA show before we welcome the dawn of the new year.
So I'm totally excited to see ABBA today, and we can't wait to see it. It's such an event here in Sri Lanka, no? So totally excited.
I think basically all the songs we love ABBA. I think from 70s.
Of course, we love ABBA, like Dancing Queen. Obviously, everyone loves that. And obviously, we're big fans of Mamma Mia as well.
Legendary 70s band. We're gonna rock it tonight. Yeah.
It's mainly the music, yeah. So the night is still young. I'm sure the music is going to be high, right? Yeah.
The extremely popular ABBA music group conducted a huge musical show on the 23rd of November at Mount Lavinia Paradise Beach. The modern ABBA music group is holding their shows paying homage to the original ABBA music group, which holds an international acclamation. This musical show had been named as ABBA Arrival from Sweden. A large number of music fans from Sri Lanka and abroad who loved the music which enthralled music fans in the 70s joined to witness the musical show.
See that
The Mount Lavinia Hotel has completed its 220th anniversary this year. With this anniversary, a love story related to this hotel has also completed 220 years. A media briefing was held yesterday at the hotel premises in this connection. This hotel was earlier the official residence of the governor of Ceylon, Thomas Maitland, in 1805 during the colonial period. This building bears a number of remembrances regarding the love story of Governor Thomas Maitland. Lady Lavinia was a 17-year-old beautiful lass that lived in a village close to the Mount Lavinia Hotel at that time. Lavinia was first seen by the Governor Thomas Maitland when she was performing a beautiful dancing item at a ceremony held at the official residence of Governor Maitland. It is reported that their love story lasted for about 5 years swiftly without any disruption. Lavinia was a girl from a lower clan known as the Roddy. Governor Maitland had loved Lavinia so much that he changed the law relating to the women of the Roddy clan not to cover their breast and permitted her to wear blouses. Vice President of the Mount Lavinia Hotel, Sanath Ukwatta, said that a colonial governor was not allowed to have a close relationship with any local female during this period. He said that lower caste women were not allowed to wear blouses at that time. He added that, however, the Governor Maitland maintained an intimate relationship with this woman. He further said that this extraordinary love story has been recorded in our history books. The governor had even built a secret tunnel to go visit Lavinia from his official residence. Getting the information that the governor maintained a secret relationship with a local woman, the King of England, George VI, had called back the governor. Lavinia was so distressed over this decision, and she had committed suicide by jumping into the sea over her fiancé's departure. In memory of the girl, the official residence of the governor was named Mount Lavinia. The secret room where the couple enjoyed their love is popular even today, and many couples selected to spend their first night in this room. Vice President of the Mount Lavinia Hotel, Sanath Ukwatta, said that the booking trends have indicated that the arrival of visitors is rapidly increasing. He said that actually this growth started after the elections. He added that newlyweds are very keen on having their wedding ceremony in the governor's dining hall and to stay their honeymoon in the governor's room. He further said that there is a high demand from the wedding couples to book the governor's suites on their first night.
Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalindra Jathisa says a systematic program is in operation to prevent the shortage of pharmaceuticals in the country. He added that the cabinet approval has been granted for the same. The minister made this observation in a media briefing to announce the cabinet decisions today at the Government Information Department.
International competitive bids have been called for providing 900,000 vials of 1 gram each of the antibiotic meropenem, which is used in the treatment of severe bacterial infections. 5 bids have been received, and the cabinet has approved awarding of the bid to a Pakistani company which has presented the lowest bidding for the procurement. The steps have been taken in accordance with the recommendations of the procurement committee.
Minister
Dr. Nalindra Jathisa said that the country requires about 125,000 vials of the drug per month. He added that the cabinet paper was presented in order to provide meropenem to the public in order to avoid deaths due to heart ailments. He further said that a cabinet paper for the procurement of 9,000 vials of 40 milligrams of tenecteplase has also been presented. The government is spending an amount of 1,026 million rupees for this purpose, and cabinet approval has been granted for the procurement. A 2-story storage of steel structure is to be constructed for the State Pharmaceutical Corporation. The production of pharmaceuticals in accordance with the requirements of the country is also being carried out, which will provide a huge relief to avoid the shortage of drugs in the country. The minister also said that the shortage of pharmaceuticals cannot be addressed overnight, and it will take 9 to 10 months according to the normal methodology in order to open tenders and import the supplies and to distribute them. The minister also said that there has been so many delays during the past years. He further said that orders were not properly presented to joint ventures conducted by the State Pharmaceuticals Corporation and local producers of drugs. There were also problems in the methodology adopted by certain suppliers, where they have accepted the supplies in certain quarters, providing the pharmaceuticals to the Medical Supplies Division in a piecemeal manner. The minister further said that the suppliers failed to provide the remainder after supplying about 40 to 50% of the stock. The minister pointed out that there has been a considerable delay in the procedure of presenting orders for pharmaceuticals when the present government took over the charge. He said that the shortcomings are being rectified one by one and the government would mediate in providing essential pharmaceuticals without any shortage. The minister was of the opinion that the problem regarding sodium bicarbonate in certain drugs have also been sorted out and the issue of insulin is also solved to a large extent. He further said that the general public can have some sort of understanding about the availability of drugs under the prevailing health system. He also said that it is not necessary to wait till the end of next year in order to solve the problem, but the government is planning to mediate in the process in order to provide all the pharmaceuticals 100% across the hospital network. The minister said that a certain time frame would be required in order to rectify, since the country faced severe issues like immunoglobulin in the past. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal presented by President Anurakumara Dissanayake to prepare the annual appropriation bill for the year 2025, publish it in the Government Gazette and to submit it to the Parliament for approval. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal presented by President Anurakumara Dissanayake to establish the Public Investment, Supervision and Evaluation Committee comprising of 11 members to overcome various issues in the implementation of development projects to propose measures that should be taken relevant to the project management and supervision. The purpose of this is to make immediate strategic decisions related to the implementation of the state investment projects. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal presented by President Anurakumara Dissanayake to implement a pledge load scheme under subsidized interest rates up to a maximum of 50 million rupees through the state and private banks to the small and medium-scale paddy mill owners who have the maximum milling capacity of 25 metric tons daily, subject to several defining criteria. Since it has been observed that this program has achieved great progress in the previous season, it has been recognized that it is appropriate to implement this program in every season from the 2024-2025 Maha season.
Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalindra Jathis said that the Cabinet of Ministers took a decision to import rice as a remedy to this shortage. He said that accordingly, the government allowed the private sector as well to import rice. He added that initially they were allowed to import rice until the 20th of December and later the deadline was extended up to the 10th of January. He further said that thereby a stock of 77,000 metric tons of rice has been imported to the country at present. He also said that another stock of 11,000 metric tons has been unloaded in the harbour premises. Minister Dr. Nalindra Jathis said that this stock will also be released by tomorrow or the day after. He said that there are shortages reported regarding the red raw rice. He added that this problem may also be solved within a few days. He also said that even though the government mediated to import rice, it will be committed to purchase the paddy harvest of the local farmers by mid-January. He further said that the imported rice will be properly distributed through the Sathosa outlets. The cabinet spokesman said that in the meantime, the prices of paddy will be maintained at a considerable level without causing any harm to the local farmers. He said that the government will also maintain the pledge loan scheme for the safety of the local farmers. He said that accordingly, the government has drawn a proper plan to purchase the paddy harvest from the farmers in the next season. Answering a question raised by a journalist, Minister Dr. Nalindra Jathis said that the business community are complaining that the imported rice stocks do not reach the market at the expected speed. He said that a tax has been imposed to safeguard the rights of the local farmers. He also said that if the relevant tax is further reduced, the local farmers will not be able to provide paddy at certified prices.
The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal presented by the Minister of Power and Energy to appoint a committee comprising of the main stakeholders and policy specialists in the field of power and energy for the submission of recommendations for suitable amendments after studying the Sri Lanka Electricity Act. The Cabinet of Ministers has also approved the proposal presented by President Anurakumara Dissanayake to appoint an officers' committee under the chairmanship of the Secretary to the Prime Minister to take the necessary steps for obtaining maximum service through the re-establishment of the staff according to the exigencies of the service and to review the staff of the commissions, ministries, departments and statutory institutions as well as the staff of the provincial councils and to make essential recruitments. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal presented by President Anura Kumara Dissanayake to appoint a committee comprising of senior officers of the Ministry of National Integration, the Department of Attorney General and the Department Legal Draftsman under the chairmanship of the Commissioner of the Bribery or Corruption Allegation Commission to submit a detailed report with the recommendations and the sections that should be compulsorily amended and new sections included after studying the provisions of the Anti-Corruption Act.
Cabinet spokesman Mr. Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that after ratifying this Anti-Corruption Act, the Bribery Commission has to face certain legal and technical problems in conducting investigations, filing cases and taking legal proceedings. He said that there is a strong public opinion with regard to preventing corruptions. He added that in such a situation, these shortcomings should be rectified. He further said that accordingly, the Cabinet has given its approval to appoint a committee.
The newly appointed commanders of the Sri Lanka Army and Navy assumed duties today. Lieutenant General Lasantha Rodrigo has been appointed as the new commander of the Sri Lanka Army.
The new commander participated in an all religious observances and assumed duties according to traditions of the Sri Lanka Army. Navy Commander Vice Admiral Kanchana Banaguda also assumed his duties today. A special guard of honor along with the presentation of the traditional sword of the Navy also took place at the Naval Headquarters.
Two arrestees with regard to expressing protests against NPP parliamentarians Vijayasiri Vasnayaka and Ajit Gihan have been remanded until the 7th of next month. This decision was taken when they were produced before the Hettipola Magistrates Court. A group including the two suspects have started a protest campaign against the arrival of two parliamentarians at a private garment factory at Bingiria area. The two suspects were arrested under the charge of attempting to attack the two parliamentarians by the Kuliapitiya Divisional Crimes Investigation Bureau. Statements have been recorded from 6 individuals regarding this incident. The suspects are to be produced before an identification parade on the 7th of next month.
The Ministry of Rural Development, Social Security and Community Empowerment says that the decision of the government to enhance the allowance of 7,500 rupees given to kidney patients up to 10,000 rupees would be implemented from January. The ministry stresses that reports regarding the curtailment of the allowance after this month is baseless. The process to update information on Divisional Secretariat Office level for development and empowerment and social security programs which are being implemented by the government is also in progress now. According to the media release of the ministry, people would not be deprived of any benefit due to the program. It has been reported that there are 47,244 kidney patients in the country, but the communique emphasizes that information is being updated in order to confirm whether the data is accurate or not. The government has already increased the pension allowance by 3,000 rupees along with the Aswasama allowance, which also has been hiked from 7,500 rupees to 10,000 rupees. Steps were also taken by the government to increase the Aswasama allowance of 15,000 rupees up to 17,500 rupees. The fertilizer subsidy has also been increased from 15,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees, and the government has also taken steps to provide an allowance of 6,000 rupees for the children of poor families to purchase school equipment. The allowance for fishermen has also been increased by the government. The Supreme Court today ordered the Commissioner General of Examinations to implement the best solution out of 3 solutions forwarded by the Committee of Specialists, which was taking care of solving the problem of leakage of 3 questions in the first question paper of the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination. The court has taken this decision, issuing the order of 4 fundamental rights petitions filed by a group of students who appeared for the examination along with their parents. The 3-member panel of judges delivered the order when the concerned petitions were called for hearing today. The 3 solutions forwarded by the specialist committee had been awarded of free marks for the concerned 3 questions. A complete cancellation of the said questions are to hold a new examination cancelling the leaked question paper. It has been mentioned in the order issued by the Supreme Court to the Commissioner General of Examinations to select the most viable solution and implement it. In addition, it has also been ordered that IGS Premathilaka and Chamida Kumara Ilangasinghe, who were responsible for the leakage of question papers, to pay a compensation of 3 million and 2 million rupees respectively. The petitioners had requested the Supreme Court to issue an order since a fundamental rights violation had been caused by awarding free marks to the 3 questions which were leaked earlier. The Supreme Court has also ordered the CID to forward the complete report regarding the entire incident after conducting an investigation within 3 months from today to the Bribery Commission.
Sri Lanka Customs say that 780 metric tons of rice imported by the State Trading Central Corporation will be released today. At a media briefing held today, media spokesman and Additional Director General of Customs Sivali Arukkoda says that 79,000 metric tons of rice imported from foreign countries have been released since the 4th of this month up to now. Media spokesman and Additional Director General of Customs Sivali Arukkoda said that especially the State Trading General Corporation has imported 780 metric tons of rice today. He said that measures have already been taken to release these rice stocks without delay. He added that once the rice stocks are confirmed of their quality, the Sri Lanka Customs will release them to the importers.
With the year-end vacation, a large number of local and foreign tourists have been arriving at tourist destinations. The arrival of foreign tourists in the country this year has exceeded 2 million. A large number of local and foreign tourists are flocking to Nuwara these days. According to our correspondent, the tourists who arrived with the Christmas vacation are staying on to celebrate the dawn of the new year. Many of the tourist attractions in Nuwara area are filled with tourists by now. Local and foreign tourists are visiting Polonnaruwa district in order to witness the ancient ruins as well. Institutions which are providing services are also filled with tourists by now.
My name is Teddy and I'm from Poland. Sri Lanka is a really nice place. I really recommend going there. Like, it's really good. For tourists also, the food is really good, really. Sri Lanka, I really recommend.
I'm really enjoying it so far. The people are very friendly and nice and helpful. The food is very delicious. Also sometimes a little bit spicy, but we can still manage. Also the country and the nature is very nice to see. Temples already, we saw elephants. So yeah, until now we really enjoy our stay here.
Look at some more local news items in brief. Tilak Pathirage, the Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education informed that new school term of the Grade 1 students of the government and government-approved private schools 2025 will commence on the 30th of January. Tilak Pathirage has been appointed as the new chairman of the CERT Sri Lanka Institute. A new director board was also appointed to this institute under the recommendation of President Anurakumara Dissanayake. The 10-member new director board met recently and appointed Tilak Pathirage as the chairman of the board. Villagers at the Vavikare area in Puliyantiyu in Batiklo have captured a crocodile of about 20 feet in length and handed over to the Batiklo district wildlife officials. They say that a large number of crocodiles have come to the water catchment areas in Batiklo due to the recent flooding. And that's all the news from home. Stay tuned for foreign news coming up next.
Did you brush your teeth?
Yes, ma'am.
Puta, is your school bag ready?
Yes, ma'am, ready.
Did you lock the gate?
Yes.
Did you all check for dengue mosquito breeding places?
Yes.
Then good night.
Good night.
Exactly. Every day, everybody. Focus for dengue control.
Welcome back, and on foreign news, a number of ceremonies and services will be held to mourn the passing of US President Jimmy Carter, who has died aged 100. The former president will be honored at a state funeral on the 9th of January in Washington before he is buried in his hometown of Plains, Georgia, alongside his wife Rosalind, who died last year at the age of 96. Carter passed away on Sunday, 2 years after entering into hospice care. The state funeral is a national remembrance event marking the life of Americans who have made a huge contribution to public life. Most presidents receive the honor if their family agrees. It usually lasts 7 to 10 days and includes ceremonies in the hometown of the deceased as well as in Washington.
South Korean authorities have requested an arrest warrant for suspended President Yoon Suk-yeol over his short-lived declaration of martial law. South Korea's Joint Investigation Headquarters said yesterday that it sought Yoon's arrest on insurrection and abuse of power charges. The Joint Investigative Team, comprised of officials from the Corruption Investigation Office, for high-ranking officials, the police and the Ministry of Defense, said it sought the arrest warrant after the impeached leader ignored 3 summons to appear for questioning. Investigators said they raided the Army's counterintelligence offices today, saying in a statement that the CIO was conducting a search and seizure operation as part of its martial law probe. A court will decide whether to issue a warrant following the request to detain Yoon, which would be a first in South Korean history.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
We now move on to sports news. Moa's team was able to win the match against BRC in the Inter-Club League cricket tournament.
The match was played at the BRC grounds. Batting first, BRC scored 200 runs in their first innings, and in reply, Moors scored 326 runs. In their second innings, BRC posted a total of 175 runs, leaving the Moors team a target of 50 runs for a victory. Moors won the match by scoring 52 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. In the same tournament, S Capital team was able to win the match by 83 runs against the Baduralia team. The match was played at the CCC grounds. Baduralia scored 314 in their first innings, and in reply, S Capital scored 164 runs. In the second innings, S Capital was able to score 364 runs, leaving a target of 215 runs for the Baduralia team for a victory, but they were able to score only 131 runs. Accordingly, S Capital team was able to win the match. And that's all the news for tonight. Do enjoy the rest of the evening and hope you had a wonderful year 2024.
Absolutely, and wish you the very best for 2025 from everyone here at Rupavahini. Good night.
Good night.